Before I give a few remarks and introduce our graduation speaker, I'd like to take the time to recognize Dean Jeffries. As we students already know, and as many of our guests here today have heard, this is Dean Jeffries' last year as Dean of the Law School. Our class as a whole is so grateful to have had you, Dean Jeffries, as our fearless leader over the past 3 years. You've demonstrated to us an unparalleled passion for the law school. For those of us fortunate enough to have had you as a professor, you've taught us fine legal thinking and analysis. Fine legal thinking and analysis. And transforms our minds into those of lawyers. And for all of us, you've shown us that the pocket square is appropriate for any occasion. Dean Jeffries, first, as a small token of our appreciation, I'd like to present to you one of our own class t-shirts, which we hope you'll enjoy as much as we do. They've already gotten me.
Can you see what this is? Thank you.
And second, on behalf of the entire law school, I'd like to present you with this frame, signed by students who share my same sentiments of appreciation and fondness for you. A place in our hearts will always be reserved for Dean Jeffries, all times towing enforced. You've been a teacher, a mentor, and an inspiration to us all, and for that, we can never thank you enough. And now, class of 2008, I turn my attention to you. As you've heard over the past few days, throughout today, and undoubtedly over the coming months, congratulations, you've survived law school. And as people tell me this phrase over and over, I say to myself, yeah, Brian, you are awesome. You have survived law school. And as I think about this more, I begin to ask myself, what is it about Virginia law that required surviving? First, we've all survived cold calling. Most of us probably tackled that first cold call with a resounding, Since then, some of us have taken that floundering and developed into a more perfected blank stare that all but begs the professor to call the law review guy in the front row. Others have studied hard, analyzed deeply, and ultimately developed that floundering answer into a more confident it depends. Whichever method we picked, we survived the terror that is the Socratic method. Second, we've survived finals. For the most part, we've spent each semester enjoying the Charlottesville weather, tooling around with friends, or reviewing the bar every Thursday. And every December and May, if you're like me, you're sitting at home or in the library, sifting through Facebook pictures, mad at yourself for somehow managing to waste 13 or 14 weeks, yet not mad enough that you would do anything differently the following semester. And so by the end of 2 miserable weeks, we somehow survived yet another finals period. We've also survived 3 dandelion parades and 88 days of Feb Club. We've survived the wrath of the Omni Hotel, we survived Fall Foxfield, and we survived 3 variations of the same professor response at Libel Show. Had to get the last word in. We survived Professor Coughlin's exuberance, Professor Leslie's case file method, and Professor Nelson's sheer brilliance. We survived Virginia athletics, the Virginia outdoors, or just plain the Virginian. By providing each other with fellowship and camaraderie, we've survived 6 semesters of the Virginia law, work hard, play harder mentality, and for that, we all deserve a round of applause. But for every congratulations we receive, we owe an expression of thanks. First and foremost, we must thank our family and friends, both those in the audience today and those who cannot make it to Charlottesville. After all, these are the people who have loved us and who have encouraged us, supported us, and challenged us to be where we are today. We must also thank our professors who, although they broke us down, they did much more than merely build us back up. They treated us as colleagues and have provided us with the means to succeed both in the practice of law and with any luck on the bar exam. Please join me in giving a standing ovation towards our loved ones who have given us so much today. And as we look toward both the near and distant future, some of us will be hoping to survive the hard hours of law firm life. Others will be hoping to survive the hard paycheck of public interest. And others still may be hoping to survive whatever it is life has to throw at them in the law profession or otherwise. But if you've heard nothing else from me today, hear this. we are not merely a class of survivors, we're a class of success. We came in as the smartest class to ever walk the halls of the law school with the highest GPAs and the highest LSATs and the most accomplished individuals. Throughout our time here, we've given more Peel Grant money than ever before. We've achieved countless individual national fellowships, awards, and recognition. And we've been the most active student body to date, with a record number of student organizations and an impressive slate of speakers, symposia, and other events. And I am proud to announce that as we graduate today, for our class gift, we walk out as the class with the largest number of pledges of any graduating class in the history of the law school, with 359 donors representing 90% of the class. And as a class, we've been successful within the cozy confines of Charlottesville, and undoubtedly will continue that success in all of our future endeavors. And so again, I say to you, congratulations, you've survived and succeeded law school. And now it is with great pleasure that I introduce our speaker today, Mr. Tim Fincham of the class of 1973. After attending the University of Richmond on a debate scholarship, Mr. Fincham came to UVA Law, where he and his partner reached the finals of the law moot court competition. After law school, Mr. Fincham practiced law for several years in Norfolk and Virginia Beach, after which he served as in the White House as the deputy advisor to the President of the Office of Economic Affairs, President in the Office of Economic Affairs. In 1980, he served as the National Staff Director for President Jimmy Carter's re-election campaign, and in 1984 as Finance Director for Walter Mondale's presidential bid. In 1984, he co-founded the National Strategies and Marketing Group, a consulting and marketing firm in Washington, D.C., where he picked up the PGA Tour as a client. He joined the tour in 1987 as Vice President for Business Affairs and is currently serving as the Commissioner. He has been instrumental in creating the World Golf Foundation and First Tee, and has led the PGA Tour to recently crossing the $1 billion mark in charitable contributions, giving more money to charity than all other major sports combined. He's the recipient of the Golf Course Superintendent Association of America's Old Tom Morris Award and the PGA of America's Distinguished Service Award. He's a gourmet cook and has a 6 handicap in golf. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Tim Fincham.